Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dad from IELTS with Datio. It's been a while and thank you for tuning in. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing some books for you guys who are struggling to find, the appropriate books to study vocabulary for, just general English or IELTS, because these books are actually applicable to both, purposes. So it's going to be a very short video, so stay tuned. So I've received a lot of requests from you guys asking more like queries, asking about the types of books or some of the titles that I trust in terms of learning vocab, and specifically for topic-specific vocabulary. So in today's episode, I'm going to introduce to you guys 4 books that are from this particular series by Oxford. It is called Oxford Word Skills. I'm sure that a lot of you have already heard about this book or like this particular series, but I'm pretty sure that not a lot of people have given you guys a good overview of what these books have to offer. And personally, I've used this series for a while, and it's really useful because they divide the book in terms of like different topics, and the topics are very relevant to IELTS. So here are the books that I'm holding. Okay, there are 4 of them, and actually there are 2 series. Okay, let me show you this first. So I'm holding an orange book and a red one. So the orange one is called Oxford Word Skills. Okay, over here that's the title, and it's the intermediate level, which is appropriate for people from like band 5 to 6 all the way to 7. Because like the level of difficulty here is not very high, but it's good enough for you guys to achieve a band 7 if used appropriately in the right context. Okay, and this one over here is it belongs to the same series, Oxford Word Skills here, but it's at an advanced level, so it's more appropriate for people aiming to get like a band 8 or 9 in speaking. Because these words are more tailored to speaking rather than writing. So these are like topic-specific vocab, and there are not a lot of idioms here though, not a lot of slang. It's just vocab that is very relevant to a particular topic. But if you're looking to expand your vocab in terms of idioms and phrasal verbs, they're actually quite important in the IELTS speaking exam as well, because it's part of the assessment for idiomatic language. So idiomatic language is not only about idioms, but it also contains phrasal verbs as well. So I have just the perfect series for you guys. So these are the 2 books that I'm talking about. Okay, so the title is a little bit different here. It's still Oxford Word Skill series, but the title of the book is Idioms and Phrasal Verbs, and there are also 2 levels, okay, intermediate and advanced. So the difference here is that you may have heard a lot of the terms already from this book, because it's a lot more digestible and easier to absorb, and for people aiming to get a band 7. But the latter book, this one, it's a lot more difficult because all the phrases and expressions, they are a lot longer and harder to apply to a certain context. You've got to really understand the context clearly before you can apply them. Because if you just make use of these idioms and phrasal verbs indiscriminately, chances are it's gonna backfire and you're gonna be penalized for using these terms in the wrong contexts. So that's it for the overview. I'm going to give you guys a demo of what these books contain, okay? So I've got the books here, and I'm just going to give you guys a demo of 2 of them, okay? So for example, the intermediate level of the idioms book, I'm going to talk about family. Let's see. I hope you can see the examples clearly. Okay, so this is, you know, unit 24. It's about family, and these are all the vocab that you can see. Not really all, but a lot of useful vocab that you can use for this topic if you were to be asked about, you know, talk about your family. So there are quite a number of idioms here. For example, to run in the family, it means to be found very often in the family. Basically, it means that you know, these two people in the same family, they express the same trait, or they have the same personality, something like that. And something else, okay, is to maybe to show somebody the ropes. It means that to teach somebody how to do something. So it's an idiom, right? And here we've also got like quite a number of phrasal verbs here. To bring somebody up, it means to, you know, nurture and to teach a child until they are adults. Or you can use to look up to someone instead of using to respect someone, okay? Because it'll sound more natural when you use phrasal verbs. So in terms of learning, you gotta understand the context here. So this is a very good example, and you're gonna see how these phrases are being used in like a real conversation. So let's see. I take after my father. It means that I look like my father, right? We're both tall, so this is like a personality, not really like a physical trait. They both look tall, and being tall runs in the family, yeah? So it's an idiom there. So I think this is super useful. Here we've got other phrases, but it's for you guys to find out yourself then. So this is that, and so here, this Oxford word skill, it is not an idiom, a book on idioms, so you won't see a lot of idioms here. More like just the vocab related to that topic. So let's talk about energy conservation. So it's related to the topic of, you know, environment and climate change. You see here that there's like, you know, a single standalone word. For example, to conserve something, it means to avoid wasting, okay? What else? Consumption. Consumption is the noun of the verb to consume over here, yeah? So you consume energy, you use energy and food and stuff like that. Yeah. Landfill, emit, okay, emit is a very nice word. It means to release, you know, the heat or the gas into the atmosphere. So these are like directly, these words are directly related to this topic of environment, and you can see how they're used here in these examples. So yeah, that's why I really like this book. Not to mention that you have exercises below to reinforce what you have learned, okay? And look, these are like the topics that this book is going to cover. Oh no, it's stuck here. Can you see? Work, finance, concepts, news. Here we've also got like a ton of other topics. So yep, go and buy this book, guys. Oh yeah, in terms of where to buy, you can probably go to any Bahasa bookstore. Yeah, it's easy. So that's it for this little video on vocabulary. I hope it's been useful for you, and I hope you're gonna have a blast learning vocab, you know, topic-specific vocab in preparation for the IELTS exam. If you liked this video, please support me by hitting the subscribe button over here. It means a lot to me. And tell your friends to watch my videos, because it might just help your friends. Who knows, right? So take care, okay? I'll see you guys soon.